This is Michi Hoyer, this is Avid Chronic Racing, and this is a little sneak preview on the Daytona 24 practice. I'm just going to join, so I do just a few laps in order to get in touch with the car, get in touch with the track, before we do further testing tonight with Sean Cole, also known as the Sim Pit, who's going to drive the Avid Chronic Racing Corvette C7 around this circuit. So we just give that car a try so I can see what it feels like to him. Really need to drive it once or twice to see how it actually handles and behaves. And I just see that I do have no good seat position. Probably can't change that right now anyway. I need to give it a clear shot in order to see what is the car able to do, what's about the car stability, what's about its behavior, and to then give him the good help. Oh dear. There you go, first contact. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Hey Sander, thanks for being with me for a couple of minutes here. And as I have to say, kind of bad news for myself to the YouTube thing there. So they announced that they're going to have a change on their program, which I'm currently using of. So this is, well, not too nice of news here, really. And you also will have seen that I have updated my subscription target here. So I would really love you guys to stay around, stick with me in here, hopefully get some more support out of you guys. That would be great. I would greatly appreciate it. And hold on a second, save the car cam, yeah, there you go, test. Alright, that suits me a lot better so I can see more from the outside. And yeah, it's actually kind of harsh penalty they do, because they even put in people being on the program into consideration. So what I desperately need to grow now is 1,000 subscriptions in order to stay on that YouTube partnership program. Of course, that's something I would really love to do, to stay within their program and just keep doing what I'm doing for you guys. So that would be great if I could get some of your support there. So anyway, as it is the first time in that prototype car anyway, you will see me spinning a lot probably. Really need to get in touch with that car for the very first time. Very bumpy there. So that is an interesting thing. And if you guys got any questions whatsoever, I'm gladly going to answer them, that's for sure. As I need to get in touch with that car first, whoops. And also a little bit with the track. I've done a 24-hour race on that track actually in the rFactor 1 back then in the Porsche 911. So I am somewhat familiar with the track layout as such. However, I have no clue about the car and track combination there. So I'm only guessing about braking points. That went completely wrong. Oops. Yeah, look a little bit lost here, I have to say. Sorry about that. Hey Michael, thanks for joining. And hey Wolfgang, thanks for joining me as well. It's great to see you guys around here. Short before we're going to swap to the news of Sean Cole, also known as the Simpit, and see what his daily news it will be for today, before we then go on further practicing with him today at 10 AM Pacific Standard Time. I'm not even back on the course yet, guys. So there's a lot of activity to come for tonight, and actually I have to say Sean is doing a really good job on that car, really. I mean, I'm not too unfamiliar with driving race cars, but this car definitely is hell of a beast. You need to get control of, and thank you very much, Wolfgang. I hope to get that car running as well. I can see Sean has already some huge advantage on the braking, because personally I can't brake this car at all like I would normally do. This has also probably to do with my brakes not being a load cell, but it's a standard potentiometer. Yeah, Wolfgang, the set 1 dashboard is working here beside. However, it was not working when I was testing with Sean though, and I would clearly love to have a telemetry system working when I'm testing together with Sean, so I can see his inputs, I can see his values and everything. That is what I hoped for to see when buying the set 1, but as it stands right now, that's not the case, sadly. Yeah, Michael, me too. He did a really good job to my opinion, and I mean, it's gonna be very hard for me to get anywhere near him, really. And I need to post in a good lap time at first anyway. Ah, contact. Damn. The car feels not too bad though. But anyway, there is more driving of me coming today as well. I hope after the practice session together with Sean, gonna be able to do either a race on the Formula 2.0, Formula Renault 2.0, or on the Porsche 911. I'm probably gonna do a split-second decision on which car I wanna run. First of all, I want to get a decent lap time in with that Corvette. I can hear that set 1 software telling me something, but I can't hear what it is yet. Oh yeah, Falcon or Wolfgang, if you would do so, that would be great. That would be really great help, I think. So I quickly want to see if I can somehow increase volume of that. That's probably about lap times are gonna be told. Yeah, Tom, might agree on that. That it's second gear, the 6th gear is too long. But I'm not racing a finalized setup yet. Currently looking for my personal performance before then having a look into car performance on straights, aerodynamical performance, drag and everything. Yeah, Wolfgang, I just found that out. I just back then heard a noise talking to me. It's just the second time I use this Z1 dash. It's actually kinda useful feature, I think, as soon as you figured out how to use it. Bit late on the brakes. It's weird what that voice is saying though, and for the second time I spin it around on that stupid curb. So my target would just be get a decent lap in, which is not as easy as it seems. So as you say, you want to have more game sound. Let me see. I don't need that voice anyway. So there you go. That's more game sound. I hope you guys can still understand and hear me. Hey James. Thanks for joining me in here. Just another 10 minutes before we hand over to a different channel. And listen to Sean Cole telling his news on the sim pit before we then head on for another team practice session in the Corvette at Daytona. Could have been a lot worse. I see. Too much bouncing. James, I don't think so, since not too much available on the upcoming weekend. So I kinda doubt I'm gonna be on the team. As I'm lacking pace currently anyway, despite the fact I'm working on it. It's interesting that you say that, Tom, because actually Sean was saying there was no issue with braking whatsoever, but I think Sean has a different style of driving, and with a load cell brake he also has better braking performance than I have. As you can see, I keep missing braking points and everything. Nevertheless, I keep going. ACR nobody. I got them up that night as you were speaking, because we had an important phone call going on in the morning, so that's why we updated the site in order to get the latest content on there. So By doing so, I also put on all the pictures, and if you guys are wondering what we're talking about, have a look at www.avidchronicracing.com. Go on that page, you will see the latest Facebook posts right there. If you go into the team info and look at the team, you're gonna see me and all my fellow teammates at ACR having a lovely template, I have to say. So thank you very much to the graphics department of Avid Chronic Racing there, working hard, especially in that time of the year, getting liveries out, getting templates out, getting thumbnails out. So they're doing a great job, and really have to thank them. And now I just want to get a lap together, really. That last little slide was really unnecessary. No. So quickly get myself out on a fresh set of tires before then giving it a final blow. Really, it takes that car 1 or 2 laps until the tires are really ready. Oh, did that cause damage? Probably it did. So, quickly gonna swap in again. So it's gonna be definitely an interesting race at Daytona 24 here on the road course. In the row before 24, Sean did considerably well from my point of view, and I think many of you guys would agree on that. So I think he's a perfect addition for the team, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him racing together with Avid Chronic Racing in an ACR Zakspeed car. So good morning to all you American guys there, being spread all over the continent there. I know it's still quite early, or before noon on the other side there, so thank you for joining me in that early. I'll broke myself. Right, so let's give it a final attempt. So a final 2 laps before we end up the stream and head over to Sean Cole watching the news. Oh yeah, Michael, I feel you. We had some snow that morning as well. Like, we had some heavy winds here. I almost got blown away, and suddenly the rain turned into snow within minutes. Was a weird scene, really. A little bit of oversteer moment there. Otherwise it would have been a quite good sector 1, I think. Good exit out of 2. That went well. Now let's get the lines done here. Happily no off track this time. Too much sliding action going on. At least the optimal is down to 140.5. That means if I would get the things together, that would be great. Thank you for the feedback there. Hey David, and thanks for the feedback, Wolfgang. Appreciate you guys had a look at it. Really looking forward to get this picture out on YouTube as well as an icon. So the old one definitely needs to be replaced now. But at some point that's gonna take some 24 hours to really update, I think. Missing the apex of one a bit, nevertheless. No. I lost it. Yeah, and it's so hard to control the brakes when, I mean, if you go an inch too far, which is considerably easy on a load cell brake, you completely lose the car. Anyway, I have a good opinion now of what the car is able to handle and what not. So, what I'm gonna do, guys, and that's a promise, I get off that stream right now, hop into the sim pit to Sean Cole on the other side, watch his news, get the setup ready, and we're gonna be live in a good hour again on the sim pit. So 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or 1900 CET or 1800 GMT. We're gonna be back live here, doing some practice in the 24-hour race for Daytona. So really looking forward to get more racing done with that car here. Really hard car to drive, I have to say, and yeah, definitely looking forward to bring you guys a lot more show for tonight. So that's it for now. I hope to see you on the other side there with the sim pit. He should be live within a couple of seconds, and we're gonna be back live on my channel probably in a good 2.5 to 3 hours time, when we do a race in, I think that's the Formula Renault. That's the only thing that would be eligible to race right now at that time. So I quickly have a look at the times there before finally getting over. That would be, let me have a look, Formula, oops, where is it? There, iRacing Formula Renault 2.0. Let's see what that is. That is Road America. I got that track, and I think I know it, so probably I give it a shot. And that race would be the 9:45 race. So I don't think I'm gonna do the Porsche race at 24:45. So it's gonna be the 9:45 p.m. race, if any, in the Formula Renault 2.0. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Now let's head over together to the sim pit and see what news there are in the sim racing scene. And then I hope to see you back later for the practice session together with Sean Cole, also seen on the sim pit. See you there, guys.